Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kate and today I'm going to be showing you this very simple prom glam makeup tutorial or tutorial for any night you need to glam up and you're going out. So stay tuned and I will show you how you too can achieve this look. So first step, always want to be your moisturizer. So I'm using the Clean and Clear Dual Action Moisturizer. Putting some on my hand, rub it all over your face, even on your neck. Just get it down there, okay? Cool. And then for primer, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish More Than Primer. Just squeeze it on the back of my hand. And I'm even going to go in with this Bobbi Brown Extra Illuminating Moisture Balm and just squirt a tiny bit of it, maybe just like a few drops. Now this is probably one of my favorite things to do currently with my whole makeup routine because when mixing it with your primer, it just leaves your skin looking glowing for your base and it just gives an extra illuminating finish to your skin as you build upon, and I feel like personally it just makes my skin look fresher, just makes it glowing and just looks a lot healthier. And then on this Morphe M439 brush, just buffing that into the skin. Our next step, foundation. I am using the Make It Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. Now I'm using this because for nights like prom or any like night that I'm really like going out, want to get glammed and just high up there, you know. It is just a foundation I know I can rely on for these types of events, and I just like putting it on because it just makes my skin look flawless and just smooth and perfect. So with this, because it's a stick, I just draw it on my skin. Now, if you did get a fake tan for prom or something like that, make sure you get your neck so it all blends in easily. I obviously do not have a fake tan on, or any tan for that matter, so I'm fine when I blend it down. I'm going to blend it into my neck, but you always want to make sure your face and your neck match so nothing looks weird there. And then with a damp beauty blender, just blending that into my skin. Now for brows, we're going to do something different than my Anastasia or my NARS brow pomade. I recently just bought a lot of the Benefit brow products for that little Benefit brow camp thing so I can like do that. And I recently have fallen in love with this Benefit browsing thing. So what it is, real quick, is right here, it's a little like wax, and then you put that on with one of these sponges or one of these tools, yes, and then you go over and fill it in with this powder. So I'm going to go ahead and do my brows right now and then show you how this works. So first step, I'm going to be taking this brow wax, which is right here, it's a little darker one, and then on the pointed side of the brush, I'm just going to go in and line where I want the product and just line my brows so I can then go forth and put the powder on. And then on the other flat side, I'm just going in with the powder and just overlaying that, pressing the powder down on the wax. And then next we're going to be taking the Benefit Highbrow, which you just take and underline your brows just to clean it up there, and then it also gives a little highlight under there for your eyebrows to be highlighted. Crazy. And then to blend it in, I just use my finger and just tap it in. And the last product we're using on our brows is this 24-hour brow setter. And I'm using this because when like you go out at night and you know you're going to be dancing a lot or just being very active, you want to make sure your brows stay in place. So this will ensure of all of that happening and nothing will come off, and they'll just stay perfect throughout the whole night. Alright, and then these are our finished little eyebrows here, all thanks to Benefit Cosmetics and their lovely eyebrow products. Moving on to concealer, we're using the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm just putting this under my eyes and then anywhere I might have flaws going on, but mainly just like your under eyes and then if you got any breakouts going on. And then on a beauty blender, just going to be patting this all in. Now, because this makeup is for a big night, let's say, I am going to go in and cream contour also. So I'm using these Fenty Beauty sticks. They are the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks. Now I have shade Linen and then Amber. This is their little pack thing that came in a 3. This is their lightest one. I'm just going to go ahead and then take Linen right here and then just highlight some areas. My forehead, chin, Cupid's bow, and then down my nose. And then taking Amber, we're just going to be contouring now, so pushing back the stuff we want to push back and deepen. So cheekbones. And then chin a little bit. Cupid's bow, and then forehead. And then we're going to also go in and do our nose. Taking my beauty blender, we're just going to be blending that in, and I'm doing the light first and then going on to the dark to blend it in. Now once all this is all blended in and done, I'm going to go in with this Patrick powder by MAC, and I'm just going to be setting my makeup to make sure it all stays. Now this is in particularly an extremely, probably one of the most important steps when you are going out for a long night, making sure your makeup stays on. This step will make sure your makeup stays on throughout the night, does not crease, and will just make sure that it stays fresh as long as possible. Now this Patrick powder has become one of my favorite setting powders because of how lightweight it feels, and it doesn't come off on when you're like touching someone or something, and it just makes your makeup not crease. So if you are looking for a setting powder for prom or something, I do really recommend this one, and you should try it out also. Now basically going to be putting this mostly everywhere on my face, but in particularly where I will crease the most, which is under my eyes, forehead, and then my smile line here. Now moving on to eyes, we're going to be starting by prepping our eyes with this Urban Decay Primer Potion. Just putting that all on our eyelids. Now for the eyes, I really wanted to do something kind of neutral because I feel like with prom there's so many colors, designs, everything that affects in what you do with your makeup. And I feel like doing a nude eye will relate to everyone because it is always a good go-to for these types of events. And I feel like if you are watching this trying to figure out what you want to do for prom, everyone really has those nude colors and just like types of brown colors that this may work for you. So we're gonna do that for our makeup today. Now I'm using the Patrick Star, this is the Patrick Star Glam AF palette. Now what I liked about this was it has a lighter shade, a little burnt orange, light brown shade, and then a dark chocolate shade, and then also a shimmer shade if you wanted to dip into that. Another one of my all-time favorite palettes is the Tarte Matte Amazonian Clay palette. It's a really amazing palette with all those types of matte and brown shades, and then I think there's also some plum shades maybe. But that is also a really good palette if you're looking for some nude shades. Other than that, we're going to dip into this top corner shade here. And this is going to be our base color. We're going to apply it all over our lid and eye area. And then next, I'm going to be taking this Morphe M433 brush and then going in with that kind of burnt shade right here, that little light brown with some orange in it. I'm going to be just taking that on the brush, and because it's kind of flat on each side but also has a rounded top on it, I'm just going to be taking it on the flat side there and then just going to be pressing it on my entire lid. Now you can always add more color, but just know work lighter and then add more on. And then I'm going to begin to start working that in the crease a little bit, just going circular motions in the crease. Just working its way up. Now next on this Morphe E17 brush, I'm going to go in with the darkest shade in the palette right here, and I'm just going to be working it on the outer area, the outer crease, and just folding it in the crease a tiny bit, just focusing it on the outer and not trying to get as much on the lid or inner area. Taking a completely clean eyeshadow crease brush, we're just going to be taking that in and just blending those two shades together even more. So for now we're done with the eyes. We'll come back to it once we are almost done with our face. But moving on, we are taking the MAC Studio Fix powder, brushing that in there with my MAC brush and just wiping away all of that setting powder we put on. Now I like always putting my setting powder on and then baking my face before I do my eyeshadow, because if I have any fallout, this is when it just wipes away when I wipe that setting powder away. For bronzer, we're using this Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer and using the R2 brush by Morphe. To contour a little bit, we're going at the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit and just dipping into medium cocoa. And then for blush, we're going to be using the Tarte Blush in Party. Just putting this on a Morphe M530 brush. And then when I do that, I also like hitting the tip of my nose a little, just to add some color there. And then for a highlighter, we're going in with the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in Ice Cold, and I'm using this Morphe M510 brush. Then to do my under eyebrow highlight, I'm just going to add a tiny bit of this on a smaller brush and just tap that in there. Now this highlighter does have a lot of glitter in it, it's very sparkly, so make sure you know how much you put on, how much you like putting it on, but just be aware of that. For eyeliner, I'm actually going to be using the darkest shade in here, this deep brown shade, and just on an eyeliner brush, I'm going to be lining my eyes with this. Now using an eyeshadow like this one I just did, I really like doing that because whenever I do it, it's just less harsh than using a straight up black line, and it really blends in well with your eyeshadow. Obviously also because I just used this color on my eyes, but I just feel like it blends in nice and just is a little less harsh than that black line. And then taking the same color there, we're just going to be smoking out our under eye with that dark brown shade. Doing that step of smoking out your eyeshadow underneath your waterline, I feel like really ties your eyes together and just wraps it all around and just makes it flow smoothly and just makes your eye look complete. Integrating that little shimmer shade there, I'm just going to be taking it on my finger, just dipping my finger in there and then just popping it in the inner right there. For mascara, we're going to be using the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. But first, make sure you curl your eyelashes because that's very important also. Now mascara is done. It's time to find the perfect lip color now. So I'm going to go in with this Bite Beauty little mini lipstick in Chai. To set our makeup, we're going to be using this NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And this is our final look, you guys. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it gave you some ideas for prom if you need some inspiration for that, or any night you're going out, need a glam look, and this helped. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow all my social media listed down below. I'm Kate, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.